What the fuck happened out here? The stock market had a moonshot? Who had call weeklies this week, son? Could you imagine call weeklies today? Buying fucking, buying in the money 569 calls for end of week. This week at 569 and waking up on Thursday at 590. Could you imagine that motherfucker right now who did weekly calls on Monday? Has like on a premeditated shit, right? Can you imagine that motherfucker doing that motherfucking ass shit? Like, yo, motherfucker, yo, what's up with that? And then he woke up Monday morning feeling like destroying a lot of money and losing. Say, fuck it, I'm gonna go weekly election because Kamala is gonna be bullish or whatever, blah, 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 blah. And if motherfucker drops 2,000, 2 grand on that motherfucker, drops 2 grand on calls at whatever was Monday, for weekly, for Friday or whatever, and all of a sudden he sees a $40 gain on that. A $40 gain on that, son. Could you imagine how much money that motherfucker has in the money right now? Could you imagine the delta on that trade? Just think about it. Think about it. Think about a trade on the top of your head that has maybe, I don't know, 6,000 delta, like that, like 6,000 delta and shit. An intrinsic value. I mean, let me throw motherfucking contracts out the ass here for Friday that are bullish. Let me take the out the money strike or maybe the close end the money strike at 0.88 and buy 50 of them motherfuckers. 50 of them motherfuckers. And he wakes up today like, about to die for making that money. Like about to die. It's like and die on screen. It's gonna fucking see it. It's gonna be palms sweaty mom spaghetti. It's gonna be like won't be able to type and shit looking at that. Won't be able to type. So yeah, about to enter a few trades. Today we're doing 2 trades, out the money, 6 trades. I mean 2 contracts, out the money, 6 trades. I'm not yet for 6 trades, but it's just for some entertainment. It's basically the assumption that I got enough for the IRA, and I'm trading 6 times based on PDT rules. Cause I gotta move some. I gotta get an IRA. I gotta move some money into a Schwab IRA, so we could begin trading a little more. Hopefully some of that decent execution and shit. Less afraid, more attempts, water, more juice for the pump. But could you imagine that motherfucker? 25 out the money strike. 25.50 out the money strike. Every 2 is $100. 40 contracts on that motherfucker, 50 contracts on that motherfucker. Ah! Heart attack. Not a heart attack, but big money on the screen. Big money. Big money. Delta, there's 6,000 right now. That if he waited, that if he's able to contain himself from not closing this position on Friday, he might either lose it all or see 8,000 delta on those contracts. Could you imagine 8,000 delta on contracts about to expire? That's exactly what someone could have done with intrinsic value on Monday. It's like, yeah, 569, it's election day, let me go long. I might do it in the next 4 years. I might go for that. It's like, yeah, election. I think I want to be that lucky guy. Let me drop some money. Let me throw a gamble into this month. Let me throw 200 in intrinsic value trades that way. I know 200 is not going to be enough, but let's see what happens with 230, 250 that way. Just throw money away to see what's going to happen in election week. Like, please, I got to go trade now. I gotta go. I gotta go check the fucking charts. Get situated. Got a half an hour ago, so I'll talk to you guys later. I just wanted to share the fucking moonshot that we had today from Monday. Retarded. Anyone who had long weeklies this week printed like a Federal Bank cash printer. They got sheets of money in their house right now. Sheets. They got paper mache money. They could take Benjamins and use it as fucking wallpaper and shit to glue them shits to the wall. They be out there today. Stop it. He being interrupted. Yeah. So they breaking hundreds today. That's when you know you reach peak adulthood right there. Those people that did that and are still holding long calls today, they breaking hundreds. Hey, let me get some change. When you're breaking change for 100 every goddamn day, you know you made it. You know you made it. That's when you made it. That's the level you want to be at. So let me take this 100. How can you break this? Thank you. Go over there. You know, let me get some bullshit to break. Let me take this candy bar so you got some change and buy something else. And if you break $200 a day, then you balling. You break 200, you balling, baby. You balling. Any breaking more than for change is you're rich, but just breaking 100 a day, you're peak male. You're a peak male right there. Just like, let me break that. Let me take that motherfucker. Peace. Gotta go set up, gotta look at charts, gotta zoom in and situate myself to make these trades. Dream big. Doing maybe a really cheap out the money might be profitable in certain situations, but I'm not ready to take that risk yet. You know, like out the money $30 with a stop loss or some bullshit like that. And maybe a $30 loss. But it has to be really out the money. It has to be a really weak gain, really weak loss, so that maybe you could send it out. So that you're not losing a lot if it goes against you. So you're not a bitch. So, like me, I'm a bitch. I trade options, but I'm a bitch. I take 5 minutes to get out, 25 minutes to get out. There's guys out there that hold that shit for a whole month. I'm not down with that. Hold it for a whole month, lose, and think they're going to win. I'm not down with that. If it ain't winning in 5 minutes or in 25 minutes, I'm getting the fuck out. Peace.